Hi, my name is Lowell Taylor, and I live in Lethbridge, Alberta. I'm a paracyclist with Cycling Canada, racing tandem bikes. I am the current national time trial champion, the national kilo record holder, a 2-time silver medalist at the Lima Parapan Am Games, and I'm a Tokyo Paralympic hopeful. My wife and I, Julie, were also on Season 4 of The Amazing Race Canada.
Hi, we're the Ericksen family. We live in Vancouver.
My brother and I have Usher syndrome. We are slowly losing our vision.
No, my sister and I have Usher syndrome. We are slowly losing our vision.
Hi everyone, my name is Donovan Tilsley. I am a 35-year-old 4-time Paralympic athlete in the sport of swimming from Vancouver, BC.
Hi, my name is Michaela Kahn.
And my name is Delaney Kahn.
And we're from Tiny, Ontario. We have retinitis pigmentosa, which is causing us to lose our vision.
Hi, my name's David Johnson. I'm from Victoria, BC, and I'm a 2021 Paralympic hopeful. I have retinitis pigmentosa. This causes me to lose my vision over time.
Hi, my name is Dylan Bivick and I live in Mississauga, Ontario. My discipline is cycling, and I do track and road cycling, and I plan on going to Worlds for both of them.
Bonjour, mon nom est Mario Lapointe de Gatineau au Québec. Je participerai le 20 juin prochain à Cycle for Sight pour ramasser des fonds pour la recherche sur la vision.
Hi, my name is Victoria Nolan and I live in Toronto. I am a Paralympic rower. My team and I won bronze at the Rio Games, and we are Tokyo 2021 hopefuls. I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is an eye disease that is causing me to slowly lose my sight.
I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is causing me to lose my vision. I'm participating in Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 because cycling and vision are two major parts of my story.
In the month leading up to Cycle for Sight, we as a family have committed to ride 120 kilometers.
As a participant in Cycle for Sight for the past 6 years, I'm looking forward to once again getting on my tandem bike, along with good friend Paul Wetmore.
We are participating in Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 to help find vision cures for our children and others like them.
Je serai accompagné de mon ami Bruno Beauparlant de l'équipe Vision d'Espoir. Nous allons parcourir 100 km en vélo.
I'm excited to be joining riders from coast to coast to Cycle for Sight and help find cures for the thousands of Canadians living with vision loss.
We are excited to be joining riders from across the country and Cycle for Sight today to help raise funds and find a cure for the thousands of Canadians living with vision loss.
I'm participating in Cycle for Sight 2020 because I want to raise awareness about the thousands of young Canadians living with vision loss and show them that anything's possible.
We're excited to be joining riders from across Canada today for Cycle for Sight to help find cures for thousands of Canadians living with vision loss.
I'm participating in Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 because it is empowering to belong to this community.
Together, let's move vision research forward.
Together, let's move vision research forward.
Let's get research moving forward.
Together, let's move vision research forward.
Excited for the ride. Let's get riding.
Stay safe and have fun. Let's go, Canada.
Let's get moving, Canada.
Hey, let's go.
Have fun with your Cycle for Sight today. Bye.
Good morning / early afternoon to everybody who's joining us. It's just after 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. for our friends in Newfoundland and Labrador. Welcome to Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 in support of Fighting Blindness Canada. I'm Ramya Muthan, and I will be hosting today's event. We have a lot of things happening today, and I'm so glad that you're joining us. I'm a co-chair for the Fighting Blindness Canada Young Leaders Program this year. And though things this year are shifting constantly, it's given us great opportunities to adapt, like this one. And I'm really, really loving these virtual accessible experiences. So happy that you're here with us today, all across Canada, in your living rooms, on your screens, as we recognize the cause for expanding vision research through promotion of being active, no matter the time, no matter the situation. I mean, you're all doing this from your homes, maybe outside. That's amazing. And we're all in it together right now. We're focusing on the positives, and you being right here, right now, you're taking this time to really connect. You're putting away all your hesitations, your thoughts, your maybes, your what ifs, and you're committing to be here at the moment. So we're so thankful. Thank you so much. And you're supporting FBC, and you're supporting the community, and that's in whatever capacity that's possible for you. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm coming to you live from Toronto, and we're excited to have more than 500 people joining us and participating today all across the country from coast to coast to coast. We have a great event planned for you, and that includes indoor cycling classes, movement and yoga sessions, as well as a Zwift ride and some very special appearances. This is the 12th annual event, and Cycle for Sight will surpass $5.7 million in total funds raised this year alone for critical vision research. And it's all because of dedicated participants, donors, and sponsors like you. So thank you so much. These funds are going to be supporting critical vision support and research in Canada. And it's going to bring us one step closer to finding treatments and cures for the over 1.5 million people living with vision loss. Thank you to everyone who has fundraised and donated, and you've helped us reach, at the moment, $329,279 so far. If you haven't had the chance to make a gift yet, we're still accepting donations. We're going to be accepting it all day today, all day Sunday. I'll give you more information on that. But please feel free to give whatever you can, whether that be $25, $50, $100, whatever you can give, we're accepting and appreciating. You can click on that green donate button and help us get to our goal. Thank you so much. Remember that the more you raise, the higher your chances are to win an awesome Broil King barbecue valued at over $1,300. That is amazing. Who isn't barbecuing right now? I mean, seriously, who isn't barbecuing? I had my first barbecue last night, planning to barbecue all through the summer. And if you raise $1,000 or more, you get some really cool Cycle for Sight swag. And I got some Cycle for Sight swag. That is a tongue twister. I didn't think about that. I got that swag on me right now. So you get the chance to win as well. We really want to recognize at this moment the Cycle for Sight champions. Shout out to you guys. These are people who've raised $1,500 or more. And you can find your names in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So keep an eye and ear out for your name. And thank you for being a champion. Let's give it up for our current top 3 fundraisers. At the moment, these are changing. So if you're a little competitive and your name's not on the top 3 yet, there's still time. Click on that donate button. Ann Morrison at $23,545. Christina Henderson, $20,855. Bert Henderson at $14,110. The current top team, Handu's Heroes at $46,135. The Crankers at $42,664. And Anson and then some. I love that. $18,467. Thank you so much. Give it up for these amazing supporters. And of course, like I said, there's still time to get donations in and shake up those leaderboards, guys. So if you're kind of competitive, especially for an amazing cause, click on that donate button. We want to give a shout out to the 36 volunteers across the country who make up the 4 regional Cycle for Sight planning committees, and particularly the newly created national committee, Warren Cooney, John Doherty, Ginny Duff, Laura Feltz, Christina Henderson, Mitch Camille, Amy Kavanaugh-Penny, Carol Lithwick, Lawrence Penny, David Sweeney, Joanne Taylor, and Charles Wexler. Thank you so much. You're exceptionally committed volunteers. We appreciate it. A round of applause. We're keeping the thank yous going here, guys, because we're so appreciating everything that you do for us and are doing for us at the moment today. Our incredible sponsors, most notably Murphy Batista LLP, Cal Tire, the Oppenheimer Group, and a huge thanks to Bear, hello Team Bear, for their very generous support. Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020 cannot be possible without the support of your amazing companies and organizations. All right. We want to hear from the Cycle for Sight community, each and every one of you, by the way. So please comment and tell us how you're participating with pictures, with videos, social media. Use the hashtag Cycle for Sight, and remember to make your posts public so that we can hear from you, we can see it, and be as creative as possible, because you could win a Cycle for Sight Spirit Award. That's still up for grabs. So I was telling you that I am a co-chair of this year's Young Leaders Program, and this has been an amazing opportunity for me. I've met so many people, and I met this one individual, one of my first Young Leaders Program in Vancouver. That was last year. And I met this individual. He sat down at a table with me and was like giving me all this amazing information on vision loss and vision treatments and possibilities for treatments, endless amounts of information. And by the end of this incredible interaction, he introduced himself as the president and CEO of Fighting Blindness Canada. That is Doug Earle. He has a message for all of you out here today. Let's take a listen.
Welcome and hello. I'm Doug Earle. I am president and CEO of Fighting Blindness Canada. I hope everyone is keeping safe during this pandemic. We really appreciate everything that you've had to do in order to participate with our virtual Cycle for Sight today because of COVID. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of 7 million Canadians who are living with blindness or have an eye condition that puts them at significant risk of losing their sight. You are offering them hope. You're offering them hope because you are raising funds through Cycle for Sight in order to fund the best, most promising vision research in the country. It was 46 years ago that Fighting Blindness Canada was formed. At that time, we didn't understand the biology that led to blindness. We didn't understand the role that genes played in causing blindness. There were no treatments, no cures. Well, times have changed, and that's thanks to donors and events like Cycle for Sight. We are in a dynamic research environment. For example, 100,000 Canadians who are living with age-related macular degeneration or diabetes-related vision complications are receiving a regular eye injection that is stabilizing their sight. And just this year, in 2020, Health Canada is reviewing the first sight-restoring treatment for an inherited retinal disease. It targets one of the 280 genes causing an inherited retinal disease leading to blindness, and we are working very hard that it will get approved in Canada so Canadians can access this treatment and restore their sight and set the precedent for future gene and cell therapies to do the same. So on behalf of 7 million Canadians, thank you. Thank you for your efforts to fund critical vision research in this country. You are making a difference.
That was a message from Doug Earle, president and CEO of Fighting Blindness Canada. And he was joining us from Toronto with that message. Just to have, a 5-minute conversation with Doug if you ever get a chance, and you will learn so much. Ava Henderson is an incredible young woman who lives with vision loss, and she also had a message to share with us today. Let's listen to that.
Hello, my name is Ava Henderson, and I'm from BC. I have a retinal disease that causes blindness. I was diagnosed with Stargardt's at the age of 6. Being diagnosed with an eye disease is very life-changing, especially during school. I was pulled out of the classroom every day to go learn Braille. Being pulled out of the classroom, it made me feel isolated and different than the rest of my peers. I'm currently in grade 9 and still having to learn differently than everyone at my school. I'm often hesitant to tell or to talk to people about my eyesight because I don't want them to treat me differently. Fighting Blindness Canada is very important to me and my family, especially now that my younger brother Chase has been diagnosed with Stargardt's about 2 years ago. Fighting Blindness Canada raises money and awareness for people living with blindness all across Canada. I know what it's like to feel different and to have people look at you differently and to have people underestimate your abilities. This is why Fighting Blindness Canada and all your support gives me hope for a better future.
That was Ava Henderson with a message from Vancouver. Wow, we're really going from coast to coast to coast today, like I said. And what an amazing story. Thank you again for everyone who's raised funds and made donations to help give a bigger and better future to people who are living with blinding eye diseases. I have a vision impairment myself, and my condition is called Leber's congenital amaurosis. I learned to spell it when I was in grade 5. It's a recessive genetic eye condition, and my parents were both carriers of the RPE65 gene mutation, and I was born with my eye condition. The only one affected in my family, my immediate and known family. I have 2 younger brothers who are now carriers of this genetic mutation. I'm 27 now, and when I was 15, I had the chance to travel to the United States to take part in a gene therapy clinical trial run by the University of Pennsylvania. And they gave me a teeny tiny injections of the non-mutated RPE65 gene into the lower left quadrant of my left eye, which is my worst eye. And surprisingly to myself and my family at that time, this treatment was able to restore some of my lower peripheral vision. I have horrible night blindness, absolutely unreliable peripheral vision. And after this gene therapy experience, and because of the incredible research built into my specific kind of vision impairment, LCA, I've experienced, even if it's a small amount, restoration of my vision that I never knew I had or never imagined that I'd have the opportunity to feel and experience. And people in the medical and research end of things are constantly learning and constantly figuring more and more out about blinding eye conditions. And that's why your donations and your support and your belief in the absolute probabilities that we're continuing to move forward with finding and honing in treatments for blinding eye conditions is incredible. And that's why people like myself and like Ava and others like us are appreciating every single thing that you do in support of finding more research. Thank you so much. You can still make donations to help FBC fund vision research by clicking the donate button on your screen, or you can also visit at any time donate.cycleforsight.ca. So, are you all ready to get moving? Because the opening ceremonies and all the other appreciation and everything is awesome, but on top of that, you are here to get moving. So we've got some awesome exercise program options for you. There are 3 buttons on your screen, and they are accessible with screen reader if you're a screen reader user. It's located above this video stream, and you can click on the program button that you'd like to participate in, and then you can get started. The indoor cycling button is a fun and motivating indoor spin workout with the always energetic Mike Porter, located in St. John's, Newfoundland. And the cardio and yoga button is a strength and cardio movement session with the highly experienced Marla Ericksen from Ottawa, Ontario. Marla Ericksen from Ottawa, Ontario. And the Zwift ride will challenge you. That's another button. That's the 3rd one. Will challenge you in an interactive indoor cycling ride, like a bike ride, led by Parapan Am cyclist and Paralympic hopeful Lowell Taylor, located in Lethbridge, Alberta. So everyone all across the country has given these opportunities to us to try out today and get moving. And if you're participating outdoors, remember to have fun, be safe, and check back in with us just before 1 p.m. Eastern time for our closing ceremonies. And remember to take pictures. I'm really encouraging you to do that because we want to know why you're cycling for sight today. And on social media, remember to use the hashtag Cycle for Sight and make your posts public. Remember that Spirit Award. It's still up for grabs. And we're welcoming comments as well. Let us know what you're doing and where you are by clicking the View Chat button below this video stream. We're going to have a quick intermission after we finish this session of physical activity. That's going to be broadcasted on all 3 channels. And here we go. Choose your activity now and let's get moving, everybody. Have fun.
5. Okay. Three. We're down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's head out. Officially, Sight for Sight Virtual 2020, we are underway using the virtual app. It is Zwift. For those watching online, I'm going to be the rider on the screen. I have a beacon over top, and this shows who I am. Okay. What we got up there? Do I have anybody else on audio right now? Just making sure all the technology is working. Roll call, anybody?
Dave Swinney here.
Hey, hello. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, great.
Lovely. Great to have you on. So Dave is, you want to introduce yourself? You were announced earlier, but what's your involvement with Cycle for Sight?
Well, I was one of the founders of Cycle for Sight. I was a volunteer with the foundation for quite a while, supporting some of their other events. And one day we just decided to get on our bikes and ride 120 kilometers and try to raise some money. I actually have an eye disease too called X-linked retinoschisis. But I've been fortunate in that it's been quite stable.
Well, it's lovely to have you on. I'm glad to hear your vision's stable. I have retinitis pigmentosa. It's slowly deteriorating. And with the fundraise today, maybe one day I'll have more vision. So that's pretty awesome.
They apparently have been able to cure my condition in dogs, but I'm not a dog, so I'm gonna have to wait.
Wait to see. That's not too big of a jump though, dogs to humans, so hopefully we're getting closer. Okay, so we have an hour and 40 minutes until closing ceremonies. Just gonna do a warm up right now. We have the rubber banding effect on, so it kind of averages our speed. People can be pedaling along slowly during the warm up. And then there are gonna be some good climbs. We have the KOMs, King of the Mountains. We have a trip out. This is the out and back course, so we're gonna go out to the volcano, climb the volcano at about 20K, and turn around and come back. There are some nice climbs. So I think during our flat efforts, just do a nice flat. And if you have some gumption in you today, let's push over those King of the Mountains. So I'm hoping there's some people online today watching this, participating by being active at home. Oh, I hear another audio. Who do I hear back there?
Hi, it's Philip from Vancouver.
Hi, Philip from Vancouver. Have you been a part of the Cycle for Sight before?
Yes, indeed. My wife, Roanne Preston, and I were founding co-chairs for the Cycle for Sight here in the Vancouver area. We've handed the reins over to Christina Henderson, who's doing a great job. We've ridden in the Cycle for Sight every year, but of course this year's different, so decided we'd try it on Zwift. Really thanks to be here, and thanks for leading us.
Excited to have you with us. That's amazing.
Just go easy on us, eh?
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Go easy on us in the early going. Give us a chance to warm up.
Yeah, that's right. Well, every time I see one of these sprint sections, I feel like I need to give her, so I gotta hold back. Is that here?
Yeah.
Okay, hello, Ed Veal. So, for those who don't know, I have Mr. Ed Vio, who is the other half of my bike. I'm a blind stoker racer on Team Canada, and it takes two to ride a tandem. So on the front of my bike, I have Ed Vio, who is the reigning world champion oh man, I'm sweating too much. He's got the national record for the hour, his age group record for the hour. He's currently this weekend in the middle of a Zwift racing stage. So he's just joining us for a little bit to move the legs. But hey, Ed, welcome here.
Hey, Lowell, what's shaking?
Oh man, I saw you race last night, time trial, putting up big watts.
Yeah, it wasn't enough though. That was an incredible race last night. Lots of all the heavy hitters in North America, and yeah, I was just happy to be a part of it. Just
and
like
when
this
do you
ride.
race again?
Just happy to be a part of this too.
So good to have you. Ed Veal is one of the whole reason you're in cycling seems to be to give back to the community, to raise funds. One of your first things actually you did was to raise money for eyeglasses for a kid in your school. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, the sport's been wonderful to me, and I think it's got me through so many parts of my life. Still keeps, just the experiences and, think what we get to enjoy when we're traveling and just meeting you and riding with you. So I'm very fortunate and extremely grateful. And so, if I can use the bike as a tool to help anybody or give back, that's a big driving force for everything I do. So my girlfriend is a spec ed teacher. She had this, she's always got all kinds of great stories of kids in need. And there was one she came home with and said, this little guy had ate his glasses and his parents were unable to, get him new glasses. And so I just thought, I don't know, this one hit me and I was like, I want to do something for this guy. So I got on Zwift and I thought I was going to ride all day until I get enough donations to get this guy some new glasses. So that's kind of how it started, but it did get some traction and people got behind it. And not only did we get him glasses, we sent a couple kids to camp and we helped some kids with their lunches. And yeah, it really was a feel-good thing.
Hi, amazing. So you were doing charity rides on Zwift before they were a thing. So you're one of the fathers of this. That's awesome. You have a beautiful heart.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons how we found each other too, man. Like, I don't know how this all works out, but yeah, you're doing this here. Like every time I'm around you, you're inspiring. You're always smiling. Everything's always so upbeat. And you're always giving back. So just a natural spot to be your pilot. Very proud to be your pilot.
Oh man, we're gonna get emotional today. This is just sweat, guys. It's just sweat coming off of my face.
Yeah,
no tears here today.
Something in my eye too all the time. There's something from the fan. The
fan blew in some dust.
Yeah.
Dust into the eyes. Oh, epic.
Thanks for including me. I appreciate it. Thanks. It means a lot to be here with you. This is my warm up before the race. I do have to jet, so thanks for getting me on early, and I hope all you guys have an awesome ride with Lowell today.
What do you have on tap today, Ed? We'll go talk to the rest, but what do you have on? What's the race?
It's the Joel Martin stage race. It's virtual here on Zwift, and it's a stage 2. So TT was last night. It's the Sand and Sequoias course, 3.5 laps, 70K. I think there's 122 riders. What I have on tap is about 125 minutes of pain and then laying on the floor, questioning why I do this. If you really want a graphic, yeah. I imagine I'll be laid out, starfished, just maybe quitting the sport a few times during this ride today. So,
make sure Amanda gets pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure your girlfriend Amanda gets some pictures of that before and after.
Yeah. If there's no photos, it didn't go well.
That's right. And so, for the rest, anybody who's listening in, the race that Ed's gonna do is actually going through some of the same course we're going through right now in the world of Watopia. But they're going to be hitting this, going 200 watts more on average, and another 20 kilometers faster. So it's going to be an epic race, and I hear there's quite the hill climb at the end. So good luck, Ed.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have an awesome ride, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Julie.
Good luck.
See you guys. See you guys soon.
Bye-bye. Lowell, it's Philip from Vancouver here.
Okay, hello again, Philip.
My wife and I ride a tandem, but we've been loving Zwift. But you know, you got to wonder, wouldn't it be fabulous if there's some way you could do tandems on Zwift?
Yeah, well, I've thought of that a few times. But actually, if you connect your bike up onto the trainer, you can.
Maybe we'll give it a try.
But you just have one person on the screen, though, unfortunately. But we're hoping that one day they change the avatars. We're trying to get hand cycles on and tandems. So if you can get a tandem avatar, put your tandem bike onto your trainer, you guys could Zwift together.
We'll have lots of power, double the power.
Double the power, yeah, we're gonna go fast. That's amazing. You guys ride tandems. This is actually how I started getting into cycling before Team Canada. I was doing a charity ride all by myself as my vision was decreasing. And I don't know if my wife should tell the story. She's sitting beside me here. Do you want to talk, Julie? Or?
Oh, sure. Can you hear me on that mic?
Can anybody hear Julie?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So it was in 2013. Lowell did this charity ride on his own, and I was home with a 2-month-old and a 20-month-old by myself, and I thought it's dangerous enough for anyone to ride at those speeds down the highway, let alone someone with visual impairment like his. And I was not ready to be a single parent. So when he got home, I kind of put my foot down. I love what you do, but you're not doing it without me. So then we went on Kijiji, found a tandem, and that's how it all began.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Yeah, my wife did a similar thing. About 15 years ago, we decided, you know what, time to move from our road bike to a tandem. And she agreed to be the pilot. I agreed to be the guy in the back, you know, the power horse. And we've been riding for 15 years together. I'm pretty convinced that she's the best tandem pilot in Canada.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Kudos to your wife. That's amazing. Hey, hello, who's this?
It's Dave. I was just wanted to ask, a lot of people call them divorce mobiles or something, working a tandem with your wife.
Lowell is special. I think he has had to learn to trust early on. And I mean, it was dicey, I'm not gonna lie, but he trusted me and we survived.
I think this might be an issue where those of us with visual impairment, like this, just it allows me to get out, have freedom, have exercise again, and to do it with my wife is just so amazing. So I'm pretty blessed. And hey, if we get a couple of scrapes along the way, that's okay.
He's outgrown me now, though.
How many tandem riders do we have on today?
Might just be my wife and I and you and your wife. Anybody else? Maybe not.
You know, I think it's a great way, particularly someone like me who progressed from being able to see fairly well to not so well, to keep my freedom and so on. But it is tough for the chauffeur, as you know, Lowell, to get used to sitting in the back. No brake, no gears. You just close your eyes when you go around that bend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a thrill. My wife, so Julie here, she's an amazing pilot, but she has a natural sense of fear that a mother should have. So she'll brake at about 72 kilometers an hour. I'm still pedaling and she says she's got to brake.
I choose life.
She chooses life, which is good. But getting on with others, reckless like myself, well, not reckless, with a high threshold for risk tolerance, like Ed Veal and my earlier pilots, we're hitting corners at some pretty high speeds. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, the thrill that you can get. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of interacting. Anybody on here, you can also interact with the other riders who aren't on the video. We can do that through the text if you have the Zwift Companion app. So the Zwift Companion app on a mobile device, you can then use the messaging system to write some messages. You can do audio dictate too for those visually impaired. And then we can communicate a little bit on the screen through text. So I'm gonna interact a little bit with the other riders. Continue to watch the ride. For those of you who've never seen Zwift, pretty cool piece of technology. Maybe I'll explain it before I interact, but we're all sitting at home. We're in our garage on indoor trainers. They're called smart trainers. They have sensors in them to tell how much power we're putting out. And that's translated into the speed on screen. And that speed changes depending upon grade of the road. And these are actually riders. Everyone we see on screen is another rider somewhere else in the world. Currently on this map, there are 3,200 other riders, and there are multiple maps. So lots of people around the world on here today, not just us. Cycle for Sight. I just heard a ride on somebody gave. And yeah, the faster we pedal, the faster we go. In this group, we're gonna stick together. Normally, if you pedal a lot faster, you're gonna take off from the group. But for our Cycle for Sight purposes, no matter what power you're putting out, we're all gonna stay in a fairly good group. And this will allow us to have a good ride today. If you're just for light spin, or if you're here to really work and push. So thanks for joining. If anybody else wants to chat for a moment, I'm just gonna interact with the people on screen for a second. Do we have Nico on? Are you here in audio? Nico? Or anybody else? We have Dave and Philip we've spoken to, and Headville was on for a little bit. Do you have anybody else on audio?
Lowell, I'll just add for people who are not familiar with the Zwift app, for people who've never seen this before, when we start climbing those hills, the riders feel it in their legs, believe me. The steeper it gets, the harder it gets, and it can hurt like just any hill out in the real world.
True, that's a good point. There's actually grade changes. So when we get up onto that volcano in about 10 more kilometers, we're gonna start going up 8%, 12% at the peak, and our bikes will change the resistance, just like a real bike going up a hill, and we have to push harder. Gravity effect,
like
more
this.
work. Who is that?
Said even like on a little hill like this.
True, yeah. We're on a 3% grade right now, and it's just enough. For those on the screen, if you aren't familiar either, up on the top right, you'll see a little graph or a little map of where we're going, and there's a number, it says 3%, with a little black line that shows the hill. That's kind of the current state. And then below, there's the kind of profile with a bunch of little white dots. The dots are us as we go through the topography of this map. And then we have the list of riders out on the world down the right-hand side. Our group are the riders with the gray or the shaded names. They are all in our group. We're kind of mixed up with other group riders throughout the day out here on Zwift. And then along the top, we have our data, and that's gonna show in the very center, there's a heads-up display. We're going 27 kilometers right now. We've gone 10.8 kilometers. We've gone up 30 meters. And so far it's been 19 minutes of riding. Below it'll have our current distance or the time. So it'll show you we have an hour and 20 minutes left with a graph, a bar underneath that'll show our progress. And then on the left is what us cyclists are looking at a lot during our hard efforts, and that is our wattage. So I'm holding at about 230 for this ride. I'll be peaking up into some 400s up into the hill climbs. In a sprint, more like 1,000 to 1,500 watts for a short burst. And then underneath we have our RPM, how fast our pedals are going. And right now I'm riding at about 80, which is a bit slow, but it's keeping the noise down. And my heart rate, holding at about 145. So that's the Zwift, and underneath on the very bottom of the screen is the level of power output with the heart rate, so you can see it over time. Well, that's really what you're seeing up on the screen.
Use now for this second.
Make sure you take pictures. We just took a selfie. We'll post it up on social media. Hashtag Cycle for Sight to bring all those together. So anybody at home can be following along photos too from today. We have riders from coast to coast to coast riding today. And we have people out on regular bikes outside, enjoying the fresh air and sunshine with their families. And they're going to be posting their rides on Strava and also using hashtag Cycle for Sight. And then we have the 2 other concurrent programs running right now, and those are the yoga, body movement, and we have another instructor who's doing a spin class. So it is an awesome day of activity, raising much needed funds for vision research. For any of those who were during that opening ceremony, that was awesome. Highlighting Doug Earl, CEO, President, sharing his vision of Fighting Blindness Canada. And then lots of amazing other athletes and participants joining us today. It's a great thing to be a part of. Hey, enjoy the sights for a moment. I keep saying I'm gonna interact with the main people, but we're down to one phone for a second, so. All right, enjoy the ride for a bit. Right now we're going underneath the ocean aspect. So this is one of my kids' favorite parts. One of the reasons I chose this route. You can see the bubbles on the side. If you look closely, you'll see a submarine sometimes, some fish, some whales. So we're going between 2 islands right now. And this is a glass tunnel. It's pretty neat. Underneath the ocean, a little bay in the world of Watopia. And then we're gonna be heading towards the volcano. And we actually get to ride through the pathway system in the volcano and ride to the top and then back down. So pretty cool course today. A bit of everything. We're not gonna hit the Alp. The Alp to Zwift is about a 1 hour to 1.5 hour steady climb up with the ice. But today we're gonna do mostly flats with some nice punchy hills at about 10-minute climbs for the longest one. All right, I'm gonna interact online. I hear some audios, feel free to chat.
I think I heard there's some snow up there in the Alps anyway, so best we stay away from the mountains.
I can sort of
The longer I climb up the Alp, the hotter I get, though.
You just gotta turn your fan up higher, Nico.
It's on full blast.
Don't set your trainer on fire again.
Yeah, tell us about your trainer fire. You work so hard you blow up a trainer.
Have been climbing one of the London hills. I can't remember which one. I was only doing about 380 watts at the start of the climb and just no wires burning, so I thought maybe my computer was going or something. I kept going and could smell it getting stronger and stronger, and I turned back and I've seen my trainer smoking. I unplugged it right away and it kept smoking for about 10 minutes. There was enough smoke for the fire alarm to go off in the hallway.
You know that's not a normal problem, right, Miko?
But I got a replacement trainer. It's over right now. My bike is over on the stand. because I wrecked the headset bearing, waiting for parts to come in for it. So I'm riding my wife's bike right now.
Ah. Don't break it.
Yeah, try not to. It's a little small for me though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been riding it on Zwift for probably the last month now. So kind of getting used to the smallness.
All right, so anybody watching along, if you can't see what's happening on screen, as the group leader, my text go up onto the main screen and riders' text will come up on the side, but we also have a running chat in the Zwift companion app to see what's happening, and I'm just welcoming riders as well, thanking them for joining, sharing the importance of vision loss, or the importance of raising awareness for vision loss. But actually, I'm happy for vision loss. I wouldn't be doing this ride or been on the amazing race or race bikes for Team Canada if I didn't have my vision loss. So I'm actually kind of grateful for this, but I definitely will take a cure if we have one. So let's keep working on that. And then I'm also letting people know that in a few kilometers, as we get closer to this volcano, once we hit through the volcano the first time, we're gonna go a little small hill into the volcano. As soon as we come out, it's gonna start to climb up and over, and we're gonna push as a group. It's about 10 minutes to 12 minutes, depending on how hard we work. A solo rider pushing pretty hard will do it in about 6 to 8 minutes. I'm in an elite level, and so we'll see what happens for our group. But I do want us to, now that we're warmed up, it's been 27 minutes, we'll give a nice push up to the top of that volcano, our biggest hill of the day. Oh, somebody on the companion app here saying there's another blind rider. We have Jim Marshall, who's on. Great to have you, Jim. If you can hear us, I'll welcome him on screen as well. We have another rider here, Martin GT. He's said great group here. I agree. Awesome group. Sticking together, pushing your watch. We have lots of riders from across Canada. On the right-hand side, you can see the list of riders, and it'll show a little flag from the country. So our group has this nice list of all these Canadian riders. I think I haven't seen Kenneth on here yet, but there is another paracyclist from the States who's joined us today. So also for those who aren't aware, I ride bikes for Cycling Canada in the tandem category, blind and visually impaired. And in that category, we ride on track and on the road. So on track, we're inside a velodrome, 250-meter track with steep cornered walls. And we have bikes with no gears, no brakes. And we go at speeds up to 60 kilometers an hour. All out, we do 1 kilometer, 4 kilometers, and some mat sprints. And then in the road, we do time trial, which is usually between 20 and 40 kilometers. And then our road races, which are usually around 100 kilometers. So that's what I've been racing in. Last year, went to Peru, had my family join us there as I was in my first major games. And my current pilot at the time, Andrew, we got 2 silver medals, which is a pretty amazing honor. A big highlight of my career, my life, had my family there cheering in another country was pretty awesome as we represent Canada. And then we just went to World Championships, Ed and myself, and we got a top 7, which qualifies us for the elite team, national team, and was one of the criteria to get selected for the Paralympics. And we are heading off this season to do Italy and Belgium and all these other races, and then to hopefully qualify for the Paralympics. And that was canceled, postponed until 2021. Same dates, August 2021. So we readjust and we aim for a new goal. And that's amazing because that's opened up my opportunity to do Cycle for Sight today. So we always find the opportunities in these obstacles we're faced.
The benefit of Lowell's visual impairment in this pandemic is we already had a garage gym set up for his training. So his life with work and training has basically remained the same, but he's just home more, which has been kind of nice.
Yeah, how about the rest of you? How is pandemic life been? Oh, we have another sprint section here, so anybody wants to give it a little bit? Okay, get the heart rate up a little bit. That gets the heart rate up. Okay, we're going up 5% grade right now. For those watching on screen, unfamiliar with Zwift, in between our stats on the left and our heads-up display in the center, we have a bit of gamification. So at random points, after sprints, King of the Mountains or course banners, it's a dial, just a random picker of different in-game options. So they're like little boosters. The one I have right now, it's a feather, and it just makes you, I think, about 8 kilograms lighter. It decreases your weight for about 15 seconds. So you can use that when climbing a hill, getting an attack in. It's not very good going downhill or on flats. So there are other options too. There's a drafting one. It's a helmet, makes you faster, more aerodynamic. It's probably the one we like the best, especially for finishing sprints and ending a race. There's also a drafting bonus, which you have to use when you're following somebody. So it makes you more efficient in the draft. And then there's a couple others, random bonus points and some new ones that they're adding in, but those are kind of the main ones. The all-important towel. It's an important part of the ride. We have fans behind us, and I have a fan up here in front. Hopefully it's not gonna be too loud, but I think I'm gonna need it going up the volcano.
Fan behind, isn't that cheating? That'd be like a tailwind.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have that trick yet, Nico. Gotta learn.
Only got one fan.
Learn from the pros. The one in the back is beautiful. It dries up all that sweat down the back, and it cools you off more. So anybody who's into Zwift, make sure you have a fan from front, but also chuck in a fan behind you.
That's where I've been lucky. I don't sweat a whole lot, so you definitely sweat a lot more indoors.
Yeah. Lowell can do some pretty impressive tricks with his sweat afterwards.
Yeah.
He's wrung out his socks before, and it was literally like he dipped them in a bucket of water and then wrung them out. Not gross at all.
I'm feeling that's what it's going to be like after I do my Everesting attempt, though.
Oh, when are you doing an Everest?
I was hoping next week, but my bike's, that's if I get parts for my bike. It's going to do it for Ride Perfect.
Oh, awesome. Do you want to explain to people what Everesting is?
It's basically finding a hill, climbing it up and down as many times as it takes to climb 8,848 meters of climbing. So to do that in one run, you're not allowed to sleep in between or nothing.
And that usually takes about kind of 9 to 12 hours.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be done around somewhere in 10 to 12 hours for sure. Depends how many breaks you take. You can take lunch breaks and stuff, but
Have some ice packs ready to sit on afterwards.
yeah. But yeah, I'm not ready to sit on the wife's bike for 12 hours, so.
Oh yeah. Lowell's pilot Ed has done 2 24-hour efforts. Youch.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. And
Next year, hey?
It's done.
All right, so we are now in the volcano. You see the lava around us on the right and left. We're riding on the road through the center, and we're gonna come out of this, and we're gonna turn left, a little bit of a downhill, and then the king of the mountain starts. So there's a line on the road, and we're gonna get a left-hand side graph telling us the route. The expected time will come up at the top near the end. So what we're aiming for is kind of that 10 to 12-ish minutes. Steady effort. This is the hardest climb of the day. Okay, we're in the downhill section. Everybody get ready. Flattens out. All right, we're coming up. It's 3.8 kilometers of climbing. The fastest I've done it, 8 minutes and 22 seconds in the last 30 days. The game keeps all those stats. And we are 21 seconds in. You can see the total time underneath our speed. It'll say volcano, KOM, means mountain, and current time. Anybody riding with our group, they're still being pulled together. They're hanging off the back, but we won't drop at whatever speed they're pedaling. It's fine. Holding 380 to 400 watts.
Lowell,
yep.
Can you count every minute that we hit so we know that where we are?
Yeah, that's a minute and a half. Good job. Thank you. Good effort, everybody. Okay, well, everybody, there's going to be a break. They're not going to see our epic finish. The team is going off. The stream is going to do a midway break, and then they're going to join us back. So, thank you, everybody who's watching us online. You're going to leave us as we are in deep pain. Climb up a volcano. Have a good break. Thanks again for joining Cycle for Sight.
Everyone's doing such an amazing job. How are you guys feeling? How are you doing? Well, we'll tell you, you're doing amazing. Just hearing Lowell Taylor there doing the Zwift ride with a bunch of people who've signed up and are doing live sweating right now. That's what's going on. You guys are doing fantastic. We're so happy that you're joining us at the Fighting Blindness Canada Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020. And the fundraising total so far, it's still climbing, is $342,689.63. So thank you. Thank you for everyone who's contributed. And if you haven't already, please donate to our cause by clicking on the green donate button or visiting donate.cycleforsight.ca to support Fighting Blindness Canada. You can also, this is my favorite part, buy some really cool swag like a Fighting Blindness Canada Iris hoodie or hat by clicking the Purchase Now button, or you can go directly to merch.cycleforsight.ca and get your merch there. All the proceeds, of course, go to Vision Research, and the merch always sells out at the West Coast Cycle for Sight event. So get your merch on, everybody. Lots of merch to go around here. We're going to have a special shout out now to some individuals who have raised over $2,500 or $2,500 or more, starting with Roan Ensign, sorry about that, Roan Ensign, Caroline Ensign, Mary Ashbourne Smith, Stephen Blanchard, Andrew Burke, Tom Kasich, Jerry Chevalier, Warren Cooney, Ellen Den Otter, John Doherty, Jenny Duff, Christina Henderson, Burke Henderson, Susan Joe, Peter Kurtz, I hope I'm saying that right, Peter Kurtz, Mario Laponte, Ann Morrison, Leah Mosconi, Alexis Nickerson, and Jim Phillips. Thank you all so much. $2,500 or more. We were shouting the individuals who've done that fundraising. And we're going to check in now with Cycle for Sight Newfoundland co-founders and co-chairs, Amy Kavanaugh-Penny and Lawrence Penny. Welcome, Amy and Lawrence. Do we have you guys?
Hi, yes, you do.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, we're glad to be here.
We're so glad you're checking in with us. I miss you guys at Newfoundland. I haven't met you two personally, but I've been to Newfoundland and I love it over there. How's the weather over there in Conception Harbor?
Well, it's a perfect rainy, mozzie Newfoundland day. A great day to do a ride indoors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, here in Toronto, it's sweltering hot right now, too. So anyone who's riding indoors is probably like, yeah, this feels great. Lawrence was joining Lowell Taylor and is joining for the Zwift ride today. I'm hearing how that ride is going. It is incredible how much, is going on with the landscapes, even volcanoes, I'm hearing. How is he doing so far?
Oh, he's really enjoying it. He loves his Zwift rides, and he's really happy to be doing it in this big group and seeing all the Canadian flags riding along with him. He's doing a great ride.
Yeah, it's amazing because we're seeing flags from Canada, but also United States and abroad. A lot of people have joined the Zwift ride today.
Yes, there's a lot of people on and staying with our group, so it's great to see.
How is it feeling when it's virtual this year and not in person? Are you feeling the spirit?
Yeah, we're still hyped up for it. We really enjoy it. We enjoyed all the years that we went to Toronto and did the ride up there. And this is our third year having it here in Newfoundland. A little bit different, but our organizing team is still on board and getting a lot of shout outs from our volunteers and all of our supporters.
That's awesome. Let's talk about that for a little bit. What got you involved in Cycle for Sight in the first place and bringing it to Newfoundland?
Well, Lawrence was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa when he was about 55, 56, and he retired at that time. And, it wasn't really a great diagnosis to get. So when we went to one of the Vision Quest meetings and spoke with some of the researchers and got some more information about Fighting Blindness Canada. We also learned about the Cycle for Sight, and that was a real boost for Lawrence. It became a real important goal for him to do a lot of training, and really excited to go to Toronto and do the ride. And then we did that for 5 years and made a family holiday out of it, and decided that the more involved he became with the cycling community and the visually impaired community here in Newfoundland, that we should bring the ride here, and it's been a big success, and we've really, really enjoyed it.
That's amazing. And the story you're telling and how far it's gone for you and Lawrence, and just how big it's gotten in your family, this is how awesome it is, because this is an exact example of the Fighting Blindness Canada and the Cycle for Sight family.
For sure. It really is a family event for us. Lawrence's sons and their children, they always participate. And that's the reason why he does it, because he has 5 grown children, and we have twin boys together. And we'd like to know that there's going to be treatment for this if any of them are diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa.
Right, absolutely. The difference it makes to know that there's something going on in the research. Anything else that you want to say, Amy, to the hundreds of people who are participating across the country today and here virtually in support to Fighting Blindness Canada and Cycle for Sight?
Just that it's really great this year to be able to feel like we're part of a national event, to see all the names and be in touch with all the people from all across the country. It's really a good feeling in this weird year when everything is happening virtually. You really still get the feeling of a team event. So we're really enjoying it this year.
That's amazing to hear. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad we got to check in with you guys. And Lawrence, enjoy your ride.
Give him a thumbs up. Right on.
All right, take care. We were talking to Lawrence and Amy, and we're checking in with them from Confection Harbor, Newfoundland, and that was really cool. A reminder from me to take pictures and tell us why you're cycling for sight on social media using the hashtag Cycle for Sight. Please remember to make your posts public as well, because you can still win the Spirit Award. That's up for grabs. We've had some really great posts that hopefully we'll be sharing with you in the next little bit after the second session of things. That's right. Your break time is almost over, so hope you had your sips of water and you're, drying off that sweat. Because up next in the program, you can select from the following: spin cycling with Mike Porter. And we're going to have another energizing indoor cycling class from St. John's, Newfoundland. That's what that is. We have cardio and yoga, and this is going to be that's the button, cardio and yoga. And this is going to be a relaxing yoga session with Vivian Chung in Toronto. I know some of you are really looking forward to that one. And the Zwift ride continues. All those people who are doing the Zwift ride with Lowell Taylor out of Lethbridge, Alberta, keep on riding. We're watching you guys. We're cheering you on, and hope you're really, really breaking that sweat. Have fun in your next sessions, which are brought to you by our generous sponsor, Murphy Batista LP in BC. And I think that's it for now. Intermission over. We will see you at the end.
My name's Kevin Gourlay with Murphy Batista. We are very proud to be a sponsor once again of Cycle for Sights. Paralegal in our firm has a close family connection with the organization and has long been involved, and we are very proud to be associated once again with your efforts. We know this year presents special challenges, and we hope that it's a huge success once again and look forward to being a participant for years to come. Thank you.
Surprise, I'm back. We're going to actually check in with Lowell Taylor right now to see how he's doing. I've been hearing a little bit of what's going on with the Zwift ride, and am I pumped for you guys. Lowell, how are you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
We just climbed a volcano, so that's pretty epic.
I got you, we cut you off with intermission right at the start of your volcano, and your descriptions, might I add, are amazing.
We call it described video.
Yes, so, exactly.
Yeah, you can ride along and see the sights for all of us who are visually impaired. I have just enough vision. I just see through the very center, which allows me to do this program where a lot of blind racers, they can't see the screen, so it makes it more difficult.
Absolutely. So other than the volcano, what other landscapes are you guys on today on your Zwift ride? And tell us how many kilometers.
Yeah, so great questions. We are riding from an area called the Fugo Flats, and that is quite flat. It's more like Phoenix and Arizona. Then we went through an underground tunnel, but it was underwater, so you could see fish and whales and submarines and bubbles. And then we climbed through a little city, and then we went through to the volcano, up and over, through, and now we're going down it. And then we're gonna ride around the Watopia world. There's a few different crisscrossing S-turns, another good climb, beautiful scenery.
Wow, it sounds beautiful. And I just want to point out here that you are doing an amazing job while talking and riding. This is a hardcore skill.
Well, it's easier than trying to steer at the same time. So I'm glad that Zwift is doing that for me.
Okay, so give us some more information on how it works in terms of, intensities. Like, how are you guys controlling that stuff? Is it already built in or manual?
Yeah, so Zwift does a really good job of creating a system where we can ride together. So we are riding on a meetup, and I've selected a rubber band effect. So that means no matter how hard we pedal or how little you pedal, as long as you're pedaling, you stay with the group.
Oh, very nice. That's cool. And how many people in your group right now?
Well, we are riding on a map with a lot of other people around the world, and there are 4,600 people currently on this map, but in our group for Cycle for Sight, we have about 20.
Oh, excellent.
That are sticking together.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you still have a bit of time to go, right? I think maybe you're a little less than halfway.
Yeah, we've set up for an hour and 40 minutes. We're going to stop at 11 Alberta Mountain Standard Time when the closing ceremonies ends. And right now we're at 29 kilometers. And so we're going to end up probably around 40 to 50 kilometers by the end of this.
Wow. Now, we know you've done a lot of riding in your life and a lot of working out and keeping active and things like that. How big is this point of support and riding with all these people on Zwift for Cycle for Sight? How is that going for you and how does that feel?
It's just amazing that we have community. I don't know the total number, but 500 people today, Cycle for Sight, all the supporters. Like, this is just really, it's an honor to be a part of, but also we know the importance of funding vision research, Fighting Blindness Canada, and just the importance of building community. We have a loneliness epidemic happening, and with COVID, social distancing, I like to say physical distancing with social cohesion. We need to still find ways to connect, to come together, to honor each other, and to support the marginalized and support everybody who's just trying to keep fit, have some fun, live, work, and play together.
I love it, Lowell, honestly, and that's why we call these virtual events opportunities, because it is opportunity to build community, like you're saying. Thanks so much for checking in. We will stop talking with you for the time being. You continue on Zwift, and people can tune in. Thanks, Lowell.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Unfortunate timing. Maybe
Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, we had a laptop running out of battery situation, so Julie fixed that in the middle of the interview.
Yeah, let me back in now.
But it kept going. That was awesome. And now we got to find a way to get Julie back in the group. So
I see you.
are you back in?
2 seconds behind me, so should be there.
Okay, well, look at that. You can actually get off your bike and go in the house, get a power cord, have a bath, come back, and just pop back in. I didn't actually know that was possible. That's awesome. I learned something new today, everybody. So if you need that,
going downhill, I guess.
Yes, you have the momentum. If you need that that gel stop, that water break, bio break in a meetup with rubber banding, I guess you don't have to panic.
So what happens when you go off? Because when you stop pedaling, you get dropped out of the band. When you get back on the bike, do you snap back into the band, or do you have to actively join someone?
No,
I just snapped right back in.
She snapped right back in.
I did not even try.
Excellent. Okay, that's really good to hear.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Said she should have done that before the sprint. Really kicked.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
it's
job
Dave.
on
I'm
that.
going to test.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to go test that theory. Hopefully, he'll be back.
Well, it worked for Julie. So N equals 1, our study. Good job, everybody, on that volcano climb. Had a few distractions during it, but we had some nice push. I'm going to reconnect with the group chatting because I kind of went off air there with the interview. So we'll be back. Make sure you're taking pictures of your pain caves throughout the day. Hashtag Cycle for Sight. Let's put those out there and show everybody at home across Canada. For donations, people can still donate up until the end of the month. So I believe it's June 30th, but somebody on the line could correct me if I'm wrong on that. But continue to support, sponsor, share the awareness for this great cause. We're trying to get to 400,000. And I think we've raised over 320,000 now. I don't know the final count today, but that's pretty exciting. We're not too far away. We are an hour in, 40 more minutes. We do have another sprint and I think 2 more KOMs. at least one more KOM, but we'll see. So I think we have the Watopia regular KOM and then one back out in the jungle or Sequoia area. So let's see if we can do a couple more shorter pushes. I'm just gonna jump online. Anybody else wants to chat for a bit? And I'll let the riders know they're not alone. Yeah, somebody on the chat digging the fun down the hill. The wee. That's Claire Laflemme. The flame. I don't know if anybody else is sweating, but whew. Normally I take off the jersey, but I'll leave it on for today's video. Keep that fan going.
Need to get an air conditioner on you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably pretty warm in here. Julie and I beside each other, putting out the watts.
So hot.
So hot. Now, do we turn before the sprint here? Oh, climb up a bit of a hill. That's right, okay. Thank you, the blind leading the blind.
Must go to the reverse KLM then.
Come up the backside. So, also for those online watching, the program, it's doing our steering for us. It keeps us on the road, but it also is following a course. And there are sections along where you can change your course. There are route options along the bottom, and you can choose to go a different direction. So if you want to drop our group, somebody could leave us, and then they're gone. But today, like here, there's an intersection coming, and it's showing that we're just going to keep going straight on this route today. We're all staying together. And actually looks like in a meetup, you can't choose to go a different direction. That's wise. So Zwift has disabled that during a meetup on a course. So we're just sticking together. And the program is choosing the route for us based upon what I selected for today's out and back road race. So we are at, oh yeah, the Zwift KOM is coming up here. So get your engine started. This is a 3% grade average at 2.4 kilometers. So it's a little shorter than the volcano. We should be done in about 5 or 6 minutes. So again, let's pick up the pace. Let's get going. 5 to 6 minutes. If we work together, we all suffer less. And this will be the last of the hills. I think we're at 34 kilometers, and today's route ends at about 40. So get your engines ready.
Well, I'm back, but I think I might have broke the band.
Oh no. If you did, just pedal for a bit, see if you come back, and if not, you can end, and then jump back and ride with Lowell to join us again.
Let's see if it kicks in.
It brought Julie back, so hopefully it brings you back. She was out for a while.
So, Lowell, how much time do you spend on Zwift as part of your training regime?
Pardon?
Depends on the week.
Yeah, it depends on the week. But last Sunday, I did 6 hours, 6-hour ride. But normally, it's about 2 hours, 2 to 3. All right, we're climbing the mountain. Let's keep pushing, everybody. KOM. We're 2 minutes in. See if we can keep it under 5 minutes. Push hard, sweat. Feel the burn. Oh, we're slowing down a bit. Let's go. Good push, people.
Let's try for below 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I think we can. We're right on target.
Yeah. Two more minutes. Woo! Minute and a half. Come on, everybody. Less than a kilometer. .800 meters. 1 minute to go. Okay, last 500 meters. 30 seconds. Push, push, push. Seconds. Woo!
Good work, everybody.
Nice job.
I don't think I've ever done that fast.
I see a few people right now with PBs. Good job. Good effort. Hopefully you're hitting some high heart rates. A good push. We can all do this together. All right, let's chat with the group again. We are coming back into the home stretch before we start the second loop. And I'm guessing we're going to be done before we hit the volcano a second time. We have 30 minutes to go.
Are you suggesting we slow down?
29 minutes to go. Dave, did you get back on the group? Do you see him there?
No, it didn't snap me back in, but I might just...
pedal on your own, or?
I'll just keep pedaling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can continue on, and you're going to go in the same route if you want to keep the distance. If you don't care and you want to start again to ride with us without the rubber banding, you can end the ride, and when you come back in, just select my name and ride with me, and then you'll follow along in the group.
Great, thanks.
Sorry we misled you. I don't know why it brought Julie back and not you, but it was worth a try.
Maybe because of she was on the descent, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we're on the same server too, right beside each other. I'm not sure.
Sorry, special white privileges.
It's white privileges, I guess. They know that we're a tandem team, I guess.
It'd be good to see what happens though if he comes back in and touches Lowell. Does he end up in the rubber band, or just end up joining you and not in the rubber band?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
So if you go out and then re-enter, and then click to join Lowell Taylor, do you get put back into the band, or you just simply join Lowell Taylor but you're not hooked into the band?
Yeah, exactly. The second, if you come out of the meetup, it breaks the band as well.
Okay.
And when you ride with, it'll keep you with me for a few seconds to get up to speed, and then you're kind of on your own to be within the group.
Oh yeah,
So
and then we'll know how much power you're really cranking out.
But we're still with the group, so as long as you stay with the other riders in the group, you can stay in the pack and draft them. So the drafting effect is quite something. When we do Ed did a 24-hour ride, my pilot who was on earlier, and he did 993 kilometers in 24 hours. And that was averaging about 42 kilometers an hour. So there's no way, right now we're going 25. He did 42 kilometers an hour for 24 hours. And the only way he could do that is his teammates, myself and others, were up in front of him, pulling him through most of that time. So he got to be in the draft, and we were able to keep that speed high. So he didn't have to go all by himself. So the draft really does help in Zwift. Okay, 25 minutes left.
You still haven't gone over 200 watts for the ride, but
yeah, Ed's average was, I think, 250 watts for 24 hours.
crazy. Hoping to hold 230 for my Everstein, but that'll be a challenge. So I couldn't imagine 250 for 24.
He's a beast.
Plus the Everstein, I get the brakes of going downhill.
You know how to super tuck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for those, again, for Zwift insider tips, on Zwift, if you go down a hill and your bike is going faster than 50 kilometers an hour, if you stop pedaling, if you bring your cadence to 0, your guy will go up into the bike, sit down in between the bar, so he'll get off of his seat and go into this really tight tuck, and it makes you more aerodynamic. So it can save you some time in a race by tucking and getting a bit of break before you have to sprint again. So we have people. Oh, I have some autocorrect. I said, oh, what did I say?
It's in another print section.
Print section.
A print. So print. Print. You. Everybody else can print. I'm going to be sprinting.
We got the big sprint coming up too.
Oh, we have 2 more sprints. So we have the end sprint on the Fugo. Oh, this might be the one we have already done at the beginning, I think, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so the sprint will be coming up. Feel free to give her, I can't remember, this one's about 23 seconds. It's between 20 and 30 seconds, I think. So if you get up to speed early, you carry that speed into the sprint. So don't just start sprinting when the sprint starts, because by then it's too late. You want to have good speed going into it. So you ramp up for the couple hundred meters ahead, getting it as fast as you can, and then hold on through to the end. 20 to 30 seconds. We'll go as a group. It'll rubber band some people. Do you know how far this is out, Nico?
How far this one goes?
Or how far away it is?
It's just around the corner coming up, and then you'll hit the start. It's right there, this kind of roundabout thing here that would go around the tower in the middle here, and then you join back up where it links up the Y, and it'll be right after that is the start. All the way to the arch.
All right. Give us a countdown as we're getting close, but the sprint will come up on the side. There we go. Oh, that's just for the flats. That's not the speed. So.
It's half a kilometer long, so.
Okay, it's a 500-meter sprint. We're getting close. I missed the start, but let's go, everybody. Let's go, let's go. Push, push, push. Woo! Whee! Good job. Coming to the end. Good job. Got a lot of PBs. All right, good job, everybody. Whew, that's tough.
Good ride. Because everyone goes early, and I have a better long sprint than most people, so.
All right, Nico wins it. 40 seconds. Good job. Good effort, everybody. We have the list of the winners. Lawrence, 4th place there, awesome. Good push for everybody.
Almost too bad you can't shut off the rubber band for the sprint only. Turn it back on.
Yeah, I think the rubber band, I'm gonna blame it on that, but I feel like it held me back. Good job, all the riders here. Good effort. I'll thank them all online. Okay, sweet, 17 minutes left, everybody. This is amazing. Good to have you all here.
I think the leaderboard only shows who's in our ride too, so.
Yeah.
Must be in our ride now.
So we have 15 riders with us today. That's awesome.
Volcano climb, it said, so.
Oh yeah, we lost. I wonder if we lost Julie and.
I'm right there, I see you.
Oh, are you on the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what list? I see it.
On the side here, but Dave dropped out. He's still riding though. Yeah, we had 18 people. That's good. I got 13th out of 15th on that sprint, going 1,000 watts.
I was only doing about 800, 900, so I think you could have beat me.
I haven't figured out the rubber banding.
I was a little bit back from the group to start with, and it shot me up to you guys and then pretty much stopped.
Oh, there you go. Sweet. So we're having some interaction on the screen. We have other riders congratulating each other and saying this is crazy, super fun. Nice sprinting Claire, she got second, which is awesome. And then they're talking about how we push each other and work together. And then Claire says, I'm just glad we're not doing another volcano. And then somebody, Robert, he says, climbing is fun, sprinting is nuts. Very good. Awesome ride, everybody. Sweating lots.
200 watt sprint on the next one there, Lowell.
How much?
Are we going to see your 1500 watt sprint?
I can try. We'll see what we can get to today. Is there another sprint coming?
If we make it to it, I guess.
I don't remember which one is next, so unless it's just the climb, we might not have time.
Yeah,
if not,
volcano there, but I don't think we'll make it to it, I guess.
So if not, maybe I'll try a sprint here in 10 minutes, near the end. We'll do our own little last ditch. Let everybody know.
Trainer I'm on maxes out at 1,000, so I won't be able to match it.
I think my trainer maxes out at 150. Haha, just kidding.
All right, so just letting the riders know as we're getting down into the last 12 minutes that there's going to be the live closing ceremonies happening right at the end of this ride. So have your other device ready. If you want to be viewing that, it's live.cycleforsight.ca. Just wrap this up, and also to let everybody know that if they want to donate, anybody watching on the stream, you can join online. Go to cycleforsight.ca, sponsor a rider. You can pick any of the riders out riding today. Donate some money for this really important research for Fighting Blindness Canada. So go online before the end of the month, sponsor a rider. Thank you to everybody who has already sponsored. It's really amazing. It feels great to have the support of everybody as we sweat out, climb volcanoes, and sprint through digital lands. It's pretty fun.
Lowell, I just want to thank you for helping out and participating the way you have. Made my ride today very interesting. Even though it's a shorter one, it's a very new way to ride Zwift.
What do you think of this first ride you've done, Cycle for Sight? You've done them all, so what does this feel like on Zwift and being in a rubber band group climbing volcanoes and stuff?
Oh, it's nice. I mean, it allows you to push yourself without sort of worrying about blowing up, you know?
Yeah, it's fun to stay with the group. I know when we're out actually riding, the strong riders, they just naturally go faster, and people want to go slower. So it's nice to have the option. I see a new video pop up. Who do we have here?
Yeah, it's Philip here, and I think also having the video and audio, being able to talk to each other makes a big difference. It's a lot of fun, and you can switch off the video if you want, but I like it. It's much more fun. It's easier than typing.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of this meetup today, Philip?
So what's that?
What did you think about your Cycle for Sight ride today?
Well, it's certainly different than the one we usually do here, but it's great. I was disappointed that it had to be cancelled. The real one had to be cancelled, and then, but when I heard about this, I thought, oh, this is brilliant. And maybe make this part of the Cycle for Sight every year, even if we get back to on the road again. I don't see why we can't do this every year as well. Maybe even just the training wise. So I think it's a super thing to do, and really appreciate everybody, yourself and others who've been involved in setting this up. I know a lot of logistics. Even for me, I have 3 devices going here. I've got my computer for my main screen. I've got my dashboard with my text on my iPad, and then I'm using my phone for the audio video. And that took me about 10 minutes to get set up.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that this event should be sponsored by Apple, because we have 7 Apple devices between the 2 of us going right now.
It looks like a Best Buy in here right now. We have 2 iPads, 2 laptops, 2 big screens, and 2 phones. So
and my watch.
And 2 watches all going for today. So lots of technology to make this happen. Plus smart trainers and bikes.
And not that that's
a lot of electricity being used.
Yeah, it's too bad we can't power ourselves with our own watts.
Yeah.
One thing to consider is setting up a Cycle for Sight group that can meet up over the years. That might be on Zwift, and it might be fun to do that as well.
That's a great idea. The first year we did Cycle for Sight, it was Toronto to Collingwood, and it just poured like crazy. I mean, at every rest stop, we'd empty out our shoes and get back on the bike. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, Lowell and I planned to do Cycle for Sight tandem in 2018, but it snowed the night before, and I did not feel confident piloting that tandem road bike in those conditions. But this would have been nice.
Well, as we were approaching Collingwood, I told everyone that there were no dirt roads on the route, but they made a liar out of me because they dug up a beautiful asphalt road to repave it, and it was just a total mud bath. And the people at the rest stop somehow managed to get us hot towels that were waiting for us at the stop, and we got most of the mud off and carried on into Collingwood.
Are you making a sprint in 2 minutes there, Lowell?
Yeah, at the 5 minute to go mark. In a minute and a half, we're gonna do a 30-second sprint. It's just our last thing to do. Then we'll have 4.5 minutes cool down. So everything you have left in the tank, try to hit your max watts for today. We're going in a minute and 20 seconds. I'll count it down.
Okay, good.
That'll be about when we get to the climb here, the little climb. Perfect.
How long to sprint, Lowell?
We're only going to do a 30-second sprint.
This time we're doing a slant.
All right.
Not a sprint or a sprint, but a slant.
My autocorrect doesn't want to sprint today.
What language is that?
I don't know.
Cycling language. Exhaustion language.
Zwift and ease.
All right, 25 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Go, go. 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo. Oh, boy.
Good work, everybody.
Oh, awesome. Good effort.
So, there's no leaderboard, but hey, everybody came in first.
That's right. Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
Out of breath.
Catch my breath.
Go for it, Lowell. Go for it.
Okay, everybody. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for, can't speak, for sponsoring us as we suffer out here. Thanks for sponsoring us. Go online, cycleforsight.ca, and join us again next year for Cycle for Sight 2021. Woo! Thank you, everybody. Good effort. Make sure you stay tuned. Stay tuned for the live stream as well for the closing ceremonies. Thanks, Sarah, Dave, Philip,
fantastic,
Nico. Thanks.
Lowell Taylor and the gang doing it really hard with the Zwift ride. And my goodness, even if you tuned in for an hour, half an hour, 2 minutes, you could tell that they were doing incredibly well, working up a sweat. And all of you guys, welcome back. Hope you're feeling amazing after your first session and your second session. It's definitely getting sweaty in here, and it's not just the bright lights. Have that sip of water, take that well-deserved breather, and pat yourselves on the back because you did amazing. And thank you so much for your continued support for Fighting Blindness Canada and the important vision research that FBC funds. Please show some love by continuing to donate and press on that green button to donate some more. You can click that button or you can visit donate.cycleforsight.ca. There are so many returning riders each year, and welcome to the community for the new riders as well. But we want to take the time now to hear some of the shout outs that we've had on social media from the C2020 Innovation Hub. Heather has already biked from Hamilton to Brampton. If you know Ontario, that's a huge ride. Wellness First _net said they were walking 10 kilometers today. Shout outs to you. And Morrison is cycling on a surf bike in the lake. That sounds beautiful. You know the weather's getting nice. Isabel _Woodwin spinning indoors with Mike Porter. That was during the first and or second session. And Laura Lee cycling for her grandma / mom, aunts, uncles, and cousins affected by retinal diseases. She's also cycling for her patients with various forms of vision loss and blindness. So thank you to you. Karen Stiefeneffer loved the yoga class, feeling great after that. Of course you would. It's mindful and bodyful. Vinetopia was out riding on a beautiful day. If you're still out there, be safe and have fun. Dylan Wyvick sporting the same jersey he wore in Cycle for Sight 2013. Very nice. Muskoka _dogs riding 100 kilometers today with the Crankers team. And the Crankers team's doing amazing as well. We love hearing from you. Thank you so much for participating and for shouting out Cycle for Sight on your social media with the hashtag Cycle for Sight. I really appreciate it. More people to shout out before we get going. Who've raised over $2,500. Warren Anson, Caroline Anson, Mary Ashbourne Smith, Stephen Blanchard, Andrew Burke, Tom Kasich, Jerry Chevalier, Warren Cooney, Ellen Donater, John Doherty, Ginny Duff, Christina Henderson, Bert Henderson, Susan Joe, Peter Kurtz, Maria Lapointe, Ann Morrison, Leah Moscone, Alexis Nickerson, and Jim Phillips. Thank you, all of you guys, and let's make some noise. That's right. You've raised $2,500 or more. Thank you so much. Let's go through the current top 5 fundraisers, looking at the last 2 hours or so. Ann Morrison with $23,620. Christina Henderson with $20,905. Bert Henderson with $14,110. Ginny Duff with $12,432. Stephen Blanchard with $10,589. Let's give them a shout out. And the current top 5 teams at the moment are Hondo's Heroes with $46,410. The Crankers with $42,889. Anson and Then Some with $18,577 from their team. Team Bear with $16,025. and the casting crew with $11,705. With the help of every single one of you today, we have raised an incredible $343,684. I think I said that wrong. It's $344,684.63. Give it up for everybody. That is remarkable and a true testament. There you go, the horns and all. You deserve it. And we appreciate you. It's remarkable and a true testament to the dedication of our Cycle for Sight family. Every one of you has helped us today to make the impact so big and so real for people living with blinding eye conditions. And it's been, you know, we said it a few times, it's been a strange and kind of challenging year for a lot of people, and a lot of communities and a lot of fundraising as well. But the Cycle for Sight community has really stepped up in such a huge way against in the fight against vision loss. So we appreciate you. We had over 500 participants registered this year, and today we had lots of fun moving together, hearing from Paralympians and supporters from St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way to Vancouver, BC, from coast to coast to coast. Thank you so much for cycling, for walking, for running, stair climbing, doing yoga, paddleboarding. The list goes on in support of people who live with blinding eye diseases, and you guys did amazing just being here. We're grateful to everyone who supported vision research and the mission of Fighting Blindness Canada. And in keeping that friendly competition alive, I just want to let you know that there's still time to get donations in and give the top fundraisers a run or a cycle or yoga for their money. So keep doing it. And the official fundraising awards will be announced on Monday. So keep an eye or ear on your inbox. And if you can, please continue to encourage your family and friends and your networks for donations to support Fighting Blindness Canada. By clicking on that green donate button, we keep moving vision research forward, and that's what we want. A huge thank you to the people who made this event possible for us today. We could not have done this without our amazing instructors, Mike Porter, Marla Ericksen, Lowell Taylor, Vivian Chung. You guys are what kept us moving today and motivated us to keep pushing and keep encouraging us. Thank you so much, and thanks for donating your time and giving us those fun activities to do together. A huge thank you to Bear Murphy Batista LLP, Cal Tire, the Oppenheimer Group, and the rest of our very generous sponsors for making this day and this virtual experience possible. And finally, thanks to you who set some time aside to tune in today, to take part in some really great physical activities and help raise critical funds for Fighting Blindness Canada. We appreciate you, and your help is funding a tons of research and researchers who are creating a brighter future for Canadians living with vision loss and blindness. You made a significant difference today, and we are thankful to each and every one of you. I'm Ramya Amuthan on behalf of Fighting Blindness Canada. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend, and thank you for spending your Saturday morning and early afternoon at Cycle for Sight Virtual 2020.
I want to thank you for participating and raising much-needed funds to find treatments and cures for blinding eye diseases.
Thank you for participating and helping to raise much-needed funds for treatments and cures for blinding eye diseases.
I want to personally thank you for participating and raising the much-needed funds for cures and treatments for blinding eye diseases.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for participating and supporting.